Hello friends and welcome back to another Cooking with Kate video. Maybe this is what my channel is going to become, me cooking things. Today we will be making an apple crisp that I've brought to a few church events and everyone just raves about. So I thought I would share my secrets with you. So for this recipe, you're going to need Granny Smith apples, butter, brown sugar, regular sugar, cinnamon, and the secret ingredient, which I think pulls the whole recipe together, oatmeal cookie mix. Now for today's video, I will be making a double batch of this. A single batch can be made in a 8x8, 9x9 square pan. I'm going to be doubling the recipe and putting it in a 9x13 pan. So let's start with the worst part. We need to peel and slice 8 Granny Smith apples. Normally we just need 4 if you're gonna make a small batch. Now you can cut the apples up into chunks. I just feel the slices cook a lot better. Apples are all peeled. So now we will slice them. There's lots of different ways you can slice your apples. This is just how I prefer to do it. So you can either do it with my method, or if you have a better way of slicing apples, go for it. But I'm essentially gonna take the apple and as close to the middle as I can, I'm going to pretty much cut it in 4. Then I'm done with this piece, I'll just put that off to the side. And then I can go ahead and slice these. You just wanna make sure you don't have any seeds. And you wanna make sure you get the apples as thin as you can. You can see how thin those are. They'll cook better and it'll be better to eat as well. I had my husband help me once making this. I thought first I'd give him the job of peeling the apples. Thought that would be pretty simple to use the peeler and peel it instead of trying to slice it. And let's just say he had to buy me a new peeler because he somehow bent the crap out of mine. So then I put him on slice duty, which he did pretty well at. But currently my husband is out of commission for helping due to an injury. So he's okay. But I typically try to wrangle him in to help me a little bit. Now that we have all of our apples sliced, let's put everything in that we need. We need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So there's 1, 1/3 cup of sugar, and then 4 tablespoons of butter chopped. I'm gonna use a full stick for a double recipe, and I'm gonna chop this up. What I'll probably do is chop it up in the tablespoons, and then I'll cut that in half. Now the reason I do it that way is because the butter gets mixed up with the apples. It's easier to spread around the butter to make sure it gets everywhere. Once all of that is in your bowl, you're going to mix it. Oop. It shouldn't be too hard to make sure everything gets coated. Once you're happy with how much it is mixed, you're going to put it into a greased pan. Again, a single recipe will be a 9x9 and 8x8 pan. I am doubling the recipe. I'm going to use a 9x13 pan. So we will spray it. Pour this in. We're gonna set this aside as we make the topping. All right, so here's where the best and most unhealthiest part of this recipe comes in. The topping for one recipe: 1 pack of oatmeal cookie and 1 whole stick of butter. So if we're doubling the recipe, 2 cookie mixes and 2 sticks of butter. So if you are counting, a double recipe has 3 full sticks of butter in it. So we're going to start with melting our sticks of butter in the microwave. While I'm getting the butter melted, I am going to preheat the oven to 325. And then in the bowl that we were just mixing all the apples in, I'm going to pour in the oatmeal cookie mix. Once the butter's all melted, you're just going to pour this into the cookie mix and mix it up. You want to make sure you do not follow the instructions on the cookie mix to make the cookies. You want it to get to this consistency where it's like everything, it looks like it's coated in butter. You don't see any of that light coloring anymore. And it's very clumpy. All right, so this looks fully mixed. So now we're going to carefully put it on top of our apple mixture that we just finished. Hey babe, do you think you can hold something?
The bowl?
Yeah, can you?
Just hold it.
Yes, yeah, perfect.
Don't move.
So we're just gonna kind of evenly spread this across the top. Now that we have this completed, we're gonna put this in the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. So I will see you in 40 to 50 minutes. All right, it has been 40 minutes. What we're looking for to make sure it's done is that it's bubbling around the edges. So I normally start with the 40 minutes, and that normally is good enough. But if it's not bubbling, then obviously you can let it sit for a little longer. This looks like we're good. So let me take it. Oh, it smells so good. Let me take it out. All right, here's the look. The finished product. It's gonna look exactly how it went in, except it should be bubbling a little bit on the sides, and it was when I checked. You might not have seen any in that little clip. But once it is out of the oven, you're supposed to let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes to cool down before serving it. And we've served it before with whipped cream or vanilla ice cream, and both are very good. Since I am bringing this somewhere, I will not be diving into it, but I will try and get a clip of what it looks like when it's being served. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll put down below the specifics again, so you don't necessarily have to watch this video every time. And let me know if you do try this recipe and what you think. But until next time, bye. One of my eyes looks like half open. I'm okay, I think.